Welcome to another sexy movie recap. Watch till the end, you won't want to miss the shocking and satisfying ending. The film begins with a janitor sweeping the floors and leaving. He investigates a locker room noise. He attempts to assist a fearful girl sitting on the floor, but another girl walks in and urges him to get out. Kyla takes yearbook photos afterwards. Chris, their new English instructor, attracts her. Kayla asks Riley if she may study in her home, hoping to get closer to Chris. After that, she starts taking more images of him. She returns home and finds her mother getting ready for a date with a guy and wearing a new dress. That night, are you enjoying this video? Click that sexy subscribe button. You would be helping me continue to create more sexy movie recaps just like this for you. Kyla dreams of Chris and pleasures herself. The next day, she goes to Riley's house and starts asking questions about her father. Riley says her mother cheated on Chris, resulting in a divorce and a transfer. Kayla also tells Riley about her father, who left her when she was 6. When Riley goes to the bathroom, Kyla heads straight to Chris's room and imagines herself with him. The next day at school, Trisha is still trying to use her charm on Chris, but Chris, being old school, does not catch her hints. After class, Trisha befriends Riley, and Kayla sees them together and feels jealous. She warns Riley that Trisha is dangerous, and Kyla claims that Trisha slept with a history teacher last year, which led to his replacement. Later that day, Kyla phones Riley and learns she will be 18 shortly. Kyla will help Riley host a birthday celebration at her place. She then asks Chris about his relationship and makes him stay the nights since his clothing got soiled at supper. Kyla cannot stop staring at Chris, but she cannot watch her mother and Chris flirt, so she leaves for her room. She knows her mother and Chris will kiss to destroy their moment. Kyla pretends that someone was watching her change in her room and wants to be with her mother and Chris to avoid being laid. Chris tells her that Riley is dating Trisha despite her caution. Do whatever she wants. Riley joins them, and they depart for school. Kyla confronts Riley about her going out with Trisha despite her warning that Trisha is using her to get to her father, but Riley tells her that Trisha claims it was not her who had slept with her history teacher, but Kyla herself. Kyla denies the allegation and rudely behaves with Riley, forcing her to leave. Later, Kyla confronts Trisha and threatens her to stay away from Riley, but Trisha is not bothered by her and refuses to back down. That night, the next day, when Kyla opens her locker, she finds it full of the pictures she took the night before. She goes straight to Chris, who assures her that he will find the person responsible for this. Riley sees them and leaves them alone, after which Kyla and Riley make amends and apologize to each other. Kyla also admits that she slept with the history teacher, claiming she was manipulated. Kyla's mother is getting ready to meet Chris. Kyla finds Trisha's private texts on Chris's phone when he is in the bathroom. Kyla's mother says Chris utilizes his pupils. Her mother then fired Chris. Kyla is relieved that her mother is gone. She visits Chris in his vehicle. Are you enjoying this video? Click that sexy subscribe button. You would be helping me continue to create more sexy movie recaps just like this for you, contemplating what transpired. Kyla arrives and seduces Chris. She kisses him passionately until Chris caves. Kyla is glad she got what she wanted. Kyla sends Chor those texts. Chris resists Kyla's advances but caves in. They make love before hooking up. Riley is horrified when she sees them together. Chris attempts to stop her, but it is too late. Kyla discourages Chris from pursuing her by informing him that Riley is an alcoholic. He ignores her and finds Riley the following day. Riley tells Kyla's mother about school the night before. Chris attempts to reconcile with Riley, but she will not communicate. Kyla's mom hits Chris after class. Kyla informs her mother that she is old enough to date anyone and that she and Chris are in love. Kyla's mother confronts Chris and asks why. Chris apologizes to Riley and promises not to see Kyla. Kyla calling Trisha to meet before school the following day makes Riley forgive him. Kyla confesses framing Trisha and hits herself when she arrives. Trisha gets framed for breaking her fingers as Riley and Chris arrive. Kyla calls the police when Trisha strikes her. Kyla is hospitalized. Riley and Chris head to the hospital, where Riley informs Kyla that her father-daughter relationship is over. Kayla accepts and begs Riley to take over her yearbook responsibilities for a basketball game that night because her hand is damaged. Riley agrees. Kayla also requests one final farewell with her father from Riley. After Riley departs, Kyla promises Chris she will never leave him and that he will have to face her every day in class. Chris quits his job to avoid her. Kayla escapes school with a hospital knife. Kyla informs Riley that only one person can be in Chris's life. She then stabs Riley in the stomach and goes to Chris's class, where she puts the scalpel to his neck and tells him they are meant to be. Kyla then confesses that she deceived her prior instructor. Riley is alive and wants. Riley is astonished to learn that Kayla is alive after the police take them away in different ambulances. Months later, Chris and Riley have relocated and are excited to start a new teaching career in college, respectively. As Riley drives to school, we observe a hooded person, likely Kayla, emerge from concealment. Did you enjoy the video? Click that sexy subscribe button. You would be helping me continue to create more sexy movie recaps just like this for you. Now click this video to enjoy another sexy movie recap. You won't want to miss out on its shocking and satisfying ending.